Hello everyone! Welcome to my channel, General Hospital. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. When General Hospital cast Ken Shriner as Scotty Baldwin, neither the ABC soap nor the up-and-coming young actor knew that they had entered into a relationship that would last more than 4 decades. Heck, they didn't even realize at first that they'd enter into a relationship, period. There was no actual scene to read, no real audition, Shriner said during a 2022 episode of State of Mind, which you can watch in full below. The producer just kind of talked to me about, there's a character that was on the show once. He was a kid, and he's the son of the town lawyer. We want to bring him back. At your age, would you be interested? At the time, Shriner actually wasn't. As a young actor, if you're making a little dent in the town, you've got some guest star spots, you've been under contract, you're like, well, why do I want to do a soap? He recalled. All of us wanted to be movie stars, but my acting coach had been on a soap, and she told me that you will never get a better training. On camera, working every day, new material. You're not sitting around spending 6 weeks rehearsing a play you're going to do. Every day, it's a new scene, new stuff. In the end, Shriner was booked for 2 episodes. It was August 2 and August 3. After taping them live, I thought, this is really fun. I'd love to do this. Then a couple of weeks went by, and I'm thinking, Christ, this is never going to happen. So then, 2 to 3 weeks in, my agent calls and goes, yeah, they really want you. They've got a whole big story. 3-year contract. We were in. From there, Shriner was moved straight to the front burner, where his pairing with Jeannie Francis's Laura Weber proved to be so popular that it helped get the show off death row. When the couple was broken up by the phenomenon that was Luke and Laura, Shriner was afforded the opportunity to play a whole new Scotty, one who'd been transformed into an embittered conniver by his bride's stunning betrayal. Miraculously, the audience not only bought it, they loved it. I haven't gotten any flack for being a bad guy, Shriner told the Vancouver Sun in 1982. People feel Scotty's behavior is justified because of his past. How would a guy feel when his woman is raped and then becomes involved with the rapist? No man, he added, is going to be the same after that. In the years that have followed, Scotty has repaired his moral compass now and again, but retained the mischievous edge that plays so well to the twinkle in Shriner's eye. Viewers always know when he turns up on screen, not nearly often enough, we might add. They're in for a good time. The sun was high over Port Charles, casting a warm glow on the familiar skyline when Ken Shriner stepped back onto the General Hospital set. It wasn't just another day, it was a milestone, a full circle moment, a celebration of one of daytime television's most enduring characters and the actor who made him unforgettable. Ken Shriner, who first walked into Port Charles as Scotty Baldwin decades ago, now stood at the heart of General Hospital's beating legacy. And on this anniversary of his debut, the actor was ready to reflect, with equal parts laughter, sentimentality, and trademark mischief. I didn't know what I was getting myself into, Ken chuckled during a behind-the-scenes interview. I walked in thinking it'd be a short gig. Next thing I know, Scotty Baldwin's name is on everybody's lips. The year was 1977. Disco ruled the airwaves. Bell-bottoms were all the rage, and Port Charles was relatively quiet town until Scotty came along. From the moment he arrived, Scotty Baldwin was trouble with a capital T. A hotshot law student with a bad boy smile and a heart that was just a little too easily broken. And Ken Shriner? He was the perfect storm. Youthful energy, raw charm, and an instinct for turning soap opera drama into unforgettable television. I think what set Scotty apart was that he was never all good or all bad. He was real, flawed, funny, furious, and fans saw a piece of themselves in him. Of course, no journey through Scotty's wild past is complete without revisiting the most iconic love triangle in soap opera history. I got hate mail, Ken laughed. People were furious that Laura left Scotty, and others were all about Luke and Laura's romance. It was wild. The heartbreak, the courtroom drama, the rooftop confrontations, they were the stuff of soap legend. And through it all, Ken Shriner held his own, delivering performances that made audiences scream at their TVs, cry into their tissues, and come back for more. And let's not forget that famous wedding, the one where Luke and Laura tied the knot in 1981, while 30 million viewers watched. Scotty's surprise appearance, snatching the bouquet and snarling at the happy couple, was classic Baldwin chaos. That wasn't just a scene, that was a moment in TV history. To commemorate his anniversary, the GH team dug deep into the archives to create a photo album filled with Scotty's most mischievous and memorable moments. There he was, young and scrappy, racing down the hospital corridors. Another snapshot caught him mid-argument in the courtroom, finger-jabbing in defense of yet another guilty client. And then a softer side, Scotty holding baby Serena, his eyes full of paternal pride. Every picture tells a story, Kin said, as he flipped through the album. Some of those haircuts, though, wow, what were we thinking? Fans chimed in online, sharing their favorite Scotty moments. The courtroom meltdowns, the epic romantic implosions, the schemes gone hilariously wrong. Over the years, Scotty has been a lawyer, a lover, a father, a friend, and occasionally a full-blown menace. But he always came back, Kin smiled. That's the beauty of Port Charles. You can fall 1,000 times and still get a second chance. While Scotty has faced everything from heartbreak to blackmail, Kin Shriner himself has remained one of the steadiest presences in the GH family. "He's our rascal," said longtime castmate Jeannie Francis as Laura. "He can make you laugh in the middle of the most serious scene. He's family." Now, decades later, Kin looks back with a mixture of nostalgia and gratitude. He says, "This show gave me everything: a career, friendships, memories, a life." He credits the writers for keeping Scotty fresh and surprising, the fans for staying loyal through every twist, and his fellow cast for being the kind of on-screen family that spills over into real life. "There's a kind of magic here," Kin said, gazing at the General Hospital sign, "and I'm just lucky to be part of it." Don't think for a second that Scotty Baldwin is slowing down. Even today, he's still up to his old tricks, defending shady clients, diving headfirst into chaos, and occasionally finding love in the wrong places. When asked if he sees a finish line ahead, Kin shrugged with a grin. "As long as they'll have me, I'll keep stirring the pot." After all, what would Port Charles be without a little Baldwin mayhem? Thanks for the decades of drama, laughs, and heart. Here's to many more chapters in the wild, unforgettable story of Scotty Baldwin.